So to introduce today's video, the first few clips are going to be from a let's see, it'll be Friday, September 27th, I believe. Yep, and we're going to I take a trip to one of our project job sites to go meet the guys and everything. So that's on Friday, and then there'll be one in there. I studied. I got my coffee and I studied for the GMAT on Saturday, the 28th. So that's what that video is going to include. And then I have some from today, which is Sunday, the 29th, on a few items today. So that's just a little preface for it. So today, this morning, I'm visiting one of our industrial job sites here, and so I'll see if I can get some. It's pretty sunny right there. I'll see if I can get some videos maybe. It's difficult because interacting with the guys and everything is pretty involved, and it requires all of my attention. And the culture in the industrial construction industry is not very adapted to, having video or documentation or anything like that. People rarely use phones, out of legalities and just culture at these industrial job sites. But I'll be able to see it from the road. We'll be able to take a little video of the job site from the road, so you can kind of get an overview of what I'm driving down here. So. That's it. Speed limit's 5, I think. I'm blasting through here at 15. So definitely accomplished a lot here at this job site that we visited. The client, the guy we're doing the work for, the manager for their team was here, which was the goal. Was to talk to him. We had some differences in the engineering documents. So all the documents and drawings had a little bit of an issue with some quantities of what we're installing out there at the facility. So I wanted to discuss it with him face to face, so that we didn't have to have emotions and intentions skewed by email or phone. So that was the main goal of today, and I think that it was handled well, and he understands where we stand. And yeah, so I think in-person communication is invaluable. So, hey, good morning. It's September 28th today. It's a Saturday morning, 8 o'clock. I'm about to walk down and get my my coffee that I look forward to so much, and I'll come back here and do some Spanish studying on the app, and then dive into the GMAT course. So, feeling good. So one thing I'm quickly learning here is that the approach and the strategy taken to answer the quantitative questions on the GMAT exam is the most important factor, because the way that the questions are presented is what creates the difficulty. So I think that each one is pretty specific. So I think the ability to quickly diagnose and determine a strategy and create a formula for these questions is what's going to determine whether or not you get the question right, or you do it fast enough in the situation presented. I'm celebrating because I just got my first problem right on my own without looking at the answer in the quantitative section. It's been 3 hours, by the way, that I've been sitting here doing this. So this is progress, guys. Whew. But I must say that even though I'm getting most of these problems wrong, most if not all, for each one I'm taking a long time to go over the answers and the solutions, and I'm actually learning a lot. It's just the reason I'm missing so many is because I've just I haven't done any of this stuff in so long. It's just a little bit of a refresher. So now that I'm going over each type of problem, you know, I'll get those right, you know, if we see similar problems coming up. So I promise I won't make these every time, but I just got another one right on my own. It's a good feeling. So yes, making progress here. Yep. Hey, so it's September 29th today. It's Sunday evening, and I think it's about 4:30. And so I'm doing my weekly cooking here for about an hour. And at the grocery store, I finally gave in and bought a chopping device. So I'll be able to chop my onions here with the without crying. So I'm excited. It only took me a few months of doing it without one. So I'm excited to see how that works. So here's the moment of truth. I'm gonna try this little chopper out. I cut the onion into eighths, so it's the right size to put under this thing. Yeah. Woo. Doesn't look that great. Whoa! Oh. Wow, decent. Whoa, 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 whoa. This thing was $8, by the way, so I don't know if it's... Alright, my eyes are starting to water. Ugh. It's defeating the purpose. Ah, my eyes are watering. I don't know, I feel like it doesn't do a very good job. And my eyes are watering still. That's the number one thing. It just turns into a paste. It's like, it's crushing it more than cutting it. And my eyes are still watering. That one did all right. That one did okay too. Maybe I'm getting the hang of it here. This thing's breaking apart again. I don't know about this. This is... I don't know. It looks like it leaves these skins on the bottom here. My eyes are still, oh man. Yeah. All right, so maybe we'll check back next week. Maybe it's better. Maybe I'll get better at it or something. Okay, so my current system and the system that I've had for the past couple of years has been bottled water. I drink a ton of bottled water and go through a ton of bottles and I think it's bad for the environment. And I also think that I'm starting to worry about microplastics building up in my body. And so I decided it was time to make a change. So the change that I'm doing right now is I'm going to try out the Brita water filter, and I'll just drink tap water. And I don't like the I don't like the flavor of the tap water here in Pennsylvania, in Pittsburgh. So that's my biggest qualm with the tap water. But anyway, so now I'm doing a blind of a taste test as I can with the Brita water filter and the tap water, see if there's a difference. I've never used a Brita water filter, so I just bought one today, and I think it's like $20. So I marked these cups here. I marked this one because that's from the Brita. This one is from the tap. They're the same temperature. They just came out of the tap. And so what I'll do is I'll rearrange these cups while not thinking at all. I'll try to think as little as I can and rearrange them. And then I will sit down and do stuff for a little while, forget about where they are, hopefully as much as I can, and then I'll try them and see if I can tell the difference. Alright, so I definitely forgot which cup is which, because I've moved them around every few minutes and I haven't counted how many times I've done it. So there's a little mark on the bottom of the one, and I haven't looked at them either, but the Brita filter one is marked on the bottom of the little pen, and the other one is from the faucet. There's no mark on that one. So I'll go ahead and try it. I'm going to look. All right. I think this is the Brita one. I think it's the Brita one because the flavor that water out of the tap is pretty distinct. And that wasn't very distinct. I could taste a little bit of that flavor, that tap flavor, but let me try this one. See? This is difficult. This is difficult. I fully changed that. That little tang on that first one, that little tinge of flavor, that was the whole tap. I'm almost positive this one is the Brita. This one tastes a lot different. That's different. Yeah, in a positive way, in a very positive way. This one even has the smell. I mean, I'm positive. I don't even need to look at it. I'm positive. Yeah, 100%. I was right. So Brita, clear difference in flavor. Much smoother. There's no smell either. They got rid of the smell. The Brita filter removed the smell that the tap water has. And by the way, this tap water isn't terrible. I'm just very perceptive when it comes to flavors in water. I've experimented with a lot of different types of water, so it's not terrible. I'm just saying there's definitely a difference there. So looks like Brita's the move. I'm excited.